Hi everyone, welcome back to The Bear, the Bot, the Boy, episode 4. And that's very convenient because there's the usual suspects of Alex, myself, and Jake. But now we've got a special guest today. Joining us today for the podcast, our very first guest ever, we've got Anthony or Task, but we'll call him Anthony because that's his name. So,
Hello, hello.
welcome,
We
Anthony. We are
we
glad to
need
have you.
already.
It's great to be here. All my life, I've dreamed of this exact moment.
We all had.
It's been a
We've
3
all
week.
been waiting.
That was a lie, actually. I've been dreaming of something else, but this is like
Man.
up there, top
All right,
five.
all right. I can get behind top 5.
You can take it or leave it.
Listen, before we go any further, we need a B name for you, Anthony.
A B
Because
name.
we like the boy, the bot, and the bear. What are you?
I'm fine with the blocks. That's where my name came from.
The-
Task was my first Minecraft username
Respect,
back
The
in like
blocks.
2012.
respect. So we got the bear, the bot, the boy, and the blocks.
Absolutely.
All right, I can respect that.
So,
So today,
this is now
Oh, go
the
ahead.
4Bs podcast.
the 4 Bs.
Usually it's the 3Bs. Now it's the 4Bs.
Yeah. So today, we're gonna leap into a little bit of SFSU history, and we're gonna talk about the iceberg. Which basically,
lore.
for those who don't know what an iceberg is or how it works, so there's an iceberg which has the different layers, and like so the top layer is like the thing everybody knows, and the bottom layer is like the thing only like the OGs know. So we've brought along the blocks today, aka Anthony, aka Task, to give him
Don't much
some
about that.
some hindsight into the SFSU lore, to some things he may already know and to some things that he doesn't know or may not know.
We thought it'd be a good fit to have Anthony on because the three of us, obviously myself, Alex, and Wyatt, have been around for a very long time, so we know pretty much all of this stuff.
Hmm.
Anthony, though, one of our fairly recent additions to the SFSU scene, so he might not be super knowledgeable a bunch of this stuff. So we're gonna have him look at it, take a stab at it, 1 or 2 stabs, and then like if he's wrong, we'll just make fun of him for it,
True.
and we'll just
Talking about, I've been here for 6 years.
we haven't even been here for 6 years. Oh, I
Exactly.
haven't.
Sheesh.
What does that say about me?
SFSU has
Dang.
been going on for
Every
6 years.
single
How did I
one.
not know about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, the last episode was the building up episode. Today is the slander episode. Again, we're back at it. We're back at our usual shenanigans
Bullshit.
today. Yeah, we're back
Took
at our
1 week
bullshit
off.
today. So Alex, if you would ever,
All
if
right.
you would be so kind and display the iceberg for us.
Spotify listeners are gonna hate this episode too.
Oh, they're gonna hate it. They
We
already
just
hate a
don't
lot
care
of our
about
episodes.
Spotify listeners.
But
Really going against
Listen,
the concept of a podcast at
All
this
right,
point.
here it is.
all right, here we go. So here
Nah,
is the
YouTube
iceberg.
is the new wave.
Most people should have seen this already because I did post it in the Discord. But basically, we have this iceberg that's like it kind of in the tier list format,
Hmm.
and as you go down the iceberg, the more obscure these pieces of SFSU lore
Yeah.
will get.
I'm
So
already
we're
reading
gonna-
some of these and I forgot. About
Yeah,
them.
it kind of takes me back
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit. But basically, we're gonna start from the top, and we're gonna work our way down. We're gonna start with the S plus tier of the iceberg,
Which is
which are like
the most
thing-
the gimmies.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be
Like-
reversed.
You want to start at the very bottom?
I want to start at the very
No, I
bottom.
mean like
Like
the
F and then
easiest stuff should be F, and then the hardest
Yeah.
stuff should be S+.
Oh, I got you. I
Well,
can
you
see
should
it.
have said that before we started the episode, Anthony.
You made this
Well,
like months
that's
ago.
fine.
I've seen this
Okay, actually,
before.
That's true. This is
Fine.
right.
The lettering isn't important. What's important
I
is
know.
that up here, everyone and their grandma who is aware of SFSU
True.
would probably know. And then you go down to the bottom, and this is like
Not even we remember this stuff.
shit that either we don't even remember or that only the three of us would remember.
Exactly. Or like
Yeah.
a select few. Like you had to be there thing.
Mhm.
So,
What do you think?
let's just start at the very beginning, I guess.
Can you zoom in, Alex?
Yeah, is that possible? or?
Is there like a zoom in so you can?
Oh,
like...
perfect.
Oh,
All right.
oh,
Oh, that's a little
Technology.
much. That's a little
yes.
much.
Oh, too
Oh,
much, too
All right,
jeez.
so
All right.
so
All right.
Rombo.
this is an easy one.
Rombo.
We'll get in the Rombo.
We'll
All
get-
right.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh God, I see that. I
I got
just
you.
read one.
All right. Here we are. This top list. This is what we're starting with. So first off, we have Jake's win streak. I bet you could take a guess, Anthony, what that means.
Wait, hold on. Before we get there.
yeah. So this one's easy. So this was a few months ago when Jake actually went on his first win streak. He actually managed to take two tournaments in a row.
We were all so proud of
This
him.
guy
Honestly, it was
did it.
unbelievable.
It was
Like, 'cause
insane.
usually we have the reigning champion, PP Man or Nathan, who
Dude,
kind of just
PP
Yeah,
Man cleans
messes
house.
everyone up.
Nathan had a stranglehold on the scene for a while until
did.
Jake finally beat him.
Jake finally dethroned PP Man in a Game 10 Grand Finals. It was,
Of course.
PP Man was so Nathan was so distraught about this that he actually retired.
Yeah.
So, thanks
So
Now
for
he
yeah,
needs his
which
commentary.
kind of makes the win streak redundant because the second win he wasn't even there.
That's true. It's like there wasn't a challenge.
Yeah,
Sea Dog
basically.
tried, but it was close, but
It's not
to no
fair.
avail.
You got DQ'd because it was a 2v1.
Facts.
Ice climbers.
Homie
But
cheats.
no, actually, it refers to the fact that Jake has never lost a tournament.
Nope.
To SFSU members, anyway.
SFSU.
There was
Yeah.
one occasion where Jake lost a tournament, but we're gonna get in that on the next level of the Iceberg, I think.
Yeah, on the next one.
But we got a lot of stuff to go through.
We did.
So Jake's win streak, pretty simple. But now we have Bidley Rad.
Bidley Rad. That was a
I'm going
throwback.
to assume that this was created by Percy,
You'd be
Yep.
correct.
and it's just it's really bad but reversed. so he says it when he does something cool with Ridley, and then
Well-
instead of saying Ridley bad, it's actually Ridley is rad, which is a good thing.
The one thing you got wrong is when they do something cool, which
Doesn't happen.
happen.
Okay.
So hey, sometimes it
Come
does,
on.
but
This is starting to come together.
but no, that you nailed it
Dang,
right on the
you
head.
really
Right on the money.
disrespected Percy's name.
Unbelievable.
Listen,
But
nah.
he's not wrong.
True.
So his next
What
one's pretty
about-
easy too. Stupid
Yeah.
Bear.
Yeah,
This is a
Stupid
reference
Bear.
to the hit fighting game series Tekken 7. So in Tekken 7, you can play as a bear or panda. And this is something everyone said up until the point where in the 2018 Tekken World Tour Finals, because Bear is supposed to be the worst character in the game. And a Chinese player by the
This
name
is
of
a
Rain
Super
Chu
Smash
actually.
Bros.
Okay, you're getting off topic here. A Chinese player by the name of Rain Chu won the World Series Finals using Bear or Kuma. And then the creator of the game came on stage and said, "Bear, are you kidding me?" And then walked off. It was incredible. I'm actually not making this up. It was pretty good.
I
But
think I
also,
heard about that.
this is something Alex says all the time. This is why he dropped Banjo.
Yep.
Yes, it was because of the Tekken
This is
7
what
tournament.
Jake called me.
The Tekken 7, yeah. Nothing to do with
Yeah.
Alex.
No, of course not.
Yeah, Alex actually stole this from Tekken.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
Unbelievable. Never
Alex
even
is actually the reason they
apologized.
added. Alex is the reason they added Kazuya into the game. Actually,
True.
So sorry.
They added Kazuya because he didn't apologize, and he's as broken as he is because Alex didn't apologize.
Yeah, that's my
This is on
bad.
you, Alex.
Come on, man.
Mobby.
You scumbag.
Mubby. But no, yeah, stupid bear, dumb banjo.
That's just what Jake called me for the entirety that I played banjo, basically.
We still do call you that.
Stupid.
Yeah,
I mean,
It
I-
doesn't even matter.
Your
I
name
am
on
the
this
bear.
podcast is. I was gonna say you are the bear.
That's
in
true.
The bear, the bot, and the boy,
That's true.
and the blocks.
True. We can't forget about the blocks.
Of course not.
Alright.
So
Next, Mason Pog.
Dude.
I actually don't. I love the emote, but I actually don't know where it's from.
Oh. You
Okay.
don't?
So here, this is story time because I think I commentated what happened. So, way back, it was early 2020, our tournament before the initial shutdown. Mason was playing Percy, and Mason hit the sickest clip ever. Like, the cleanest 0 to death I
Clean.
think he's ever hit in bracket. And when he finished, he looked over at us because we were all watching the background, and he gave the Mason Pog, and thus Mason Pog was born. And
it,
it was wonderful.
it was great. It was like, because we were like, you know what we should do? We should add some server emotes and stuff. So I went into Photoshop and I cropped it out, and I was like, I was like, Mason Pog, and I made it. So, you know the picture of Percy when Percy's going like this. He's like this.
Yeah.
That was
That's-
Percy's face in that same moment.
So the Mason Pog and that the bodied emote were at the exact same frame. I'm pretty sure, or at least like pretty close together. So
No, I love Mason
that's the history
Pog.
of that.
Oh wait,
It's the emote.
Yep.
I didn't know that was Percy. The bodied emote. I
Yep,
didn't know
bodied
that
that's
was
Percy.
Percy. I don't know who I thought it was, but that's pretty great.
Yeah,
Mason
There's
Pog is
some,
so wonderful.
I'm glad it stuck around and it's actually like the thing now.
Oh, same. I'm so happy.
It's almost kind of like become a second logo. to SFSU.
True. I think we were supposed to use it for a Smash GG picture for a tournament at one point, but I don't remember what that was.
It was probably used for no, it wasn't used for eggs, was it?
No, because we just used the picture of eggs.
I don't remember.
Oh well. We'll use it at some point.
No, wait, no. I think it was the placeholder for Return to Land.
It was. That's right.
Return to,
Hey,
wait,
hey,
am I
hey.
spoiling some shit?
Well, no. I think isn't it on this or is
Okay,
it not?
just in case, we're not gonna talk about Return
Yeah, we're
to
not talking
Land.
about it. We're not talking about it.
No.
What we will talk about is Wyatt's character crisis.
No.
It's easy.
Yeah.
This is the only reason I'm 1-1 against Wyatt.
Dang. Dang.
That's all he needs.
Oh shit.
Dang.
Oh god. I
Maybe
turned my
Summit
fan on.
will be the same way.
Maybe Summit music.
Gee.
Oh.
Maybe Wyatt's gonna pull up with, I don't know,
I'm gonna pull up
me
with...
sword fighter.
Nah, I'm pulling
Oh.
out the Sands.
Oh god,
The Sands gunner. It's gonna
Please.
happen.
oh, no.
I hope
It's
not.
gonna happen.
Actually, please play Sands against me.
All right. No, we're
Give
gonna
me
sa-
my-
we're gonna
give
we're
me a
gonna
free
Sands
set.
Ditto.
No,
No.
not in bracket.
All right.
I'm
Fine,
tryharding
all
it,
right,
son.
fine. Anyways, but yeah, my character crisis. The short story goes, when Ultimate first came out, I was a Marth main because I played Marth in Smash 4. I was a Leo stan, and I wanted to play Marth. So I played him, and then he got the Nerf hammer dropped on him, like Major League, and I was like, okay, well he's
He got
bad now.
nerfed?
When the game first came out, his tippers were really like rewarding. So a lot of the stuff you just swing and you basically would get a tipper. But
I see.
then they made it a lot harder to hit the tipper, but like to a point where like it was just like unfair almost.
Wait, he got nerfed in Ultimate to make his tippers worse?
Yeah, like
Really?
in the beginning, like not too long after the game came out, I don't think. So then after that, after he got nerfed, and I realized, I was like, okay, well now this is dog doo doo. So then I began the character crisis. I played Wolf, I played Crom, I played Belmonts, I tried Fox, I tried Joker, I basically just tried playing everyone. And I think there's somewhere in the server there's a picture of like all the characters I've ever played in tournament. And it's just
It was like 20 or something.
it was
You played 20 characters
it was
in
like
bracket.
24 or 25
I
or
almost
something
threw
crazy
up
like
seeing
that.
it.
Yeah. But then I found Terry, and we'll get onto that later.
Yeah.
But I played Terry, and then after that I played more characters. I played Dark Samus. I played Falco. I played whoever really. I played Puff. I played whoever. I played like whoever, and then I landed on Rob. But yeah, so long story short, I played a lot of characters. I wanted to be the cool guy who played everybody, but I realized that wasn't a realistic thing.
Now
Yeah,
you're the
it wasn't
uncool guy
cool
that plays
either.
Rob.
That's true. I am the cool guy who plays Rob.
There
No
you
such
go.
thing.
Yeah.
So now we're talking.
All right. But now I guess I can just keep talking because I move up. We let next one. In all caps, you're mashing.
Oh, it's just my playstyle with Sephiroth.
Ding 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 ding.
It's just that
I think you're no. I think your mashing goes back to the Wi-Fi era.
It
That's
does.
key. Where when
Yeah.
we were playing arenas, like all the voice chat would be is just us going, "You're mashing" to each other,
Mhm.
and I said it so much that like my dad picked up on it, and now even today, he'll like go to me and be like, "You're mashing." Like I'm playing Smash.
No, I remember though. I forget when it was, but it was one of our first tournaments back from quarantine, and I was playing Ben, and Ben plays Bowser,
Mhm.
and Bowser is not, in most cases, is not a very big brain character that you have to do a lot of things with. But so I think we were playing, and it was a pretty close game, and he did F smash this way, and then did F smash that way, and he hit me with the second one, and I peeked the commentary mic, and all you hear in the background is me screaming, "You're mashing!"
I forgot about this.
Mid-set.
Mid
Bro.
set. I lost that set
It
too.
was so funny.
I lost that set too.
Wait,
That
what
was funny.
tournament was that? Was that
That was one of our
It was a
Mega
Mega
Masher
Masher
monthlies,
Master?
which is even
I
more
think it was the
funny.
first one.
funny, dude?
Yeah,
A Mega Masher
Mega
monthlies,
Masher
yeah.
monthly, and I scream, "You're mashing!" So
Oh.
yeah, man, that's just kind of a thing. Now.
Anthony, have you ever said that quote in your life, Anthony?
Not for Smash.
I can respect that.
It's usually more along the lines of "Why are you mashing? I'm plus there." But
Oh,
plus frames don't mean much in Smash, so I haven't really had the chance to say it.
true. How
There's like-
about
Oh, are we getting to the next one?
I think
I was
Jake
gonna
should go
say,
ahead and.
how about the next quote? Have you ever said the next quote, Anthony? The one in quotes?
I don't think anyone said it. I always thought people said like, "Oh, at least I took a game off of him," or like, I could have won, something like that. I didn't think people actually said, "Did I beat the VG boy?"
So,
No,
so
it's a-
you've never heard that?
No, of course not.
Huh.
No. So like, basically, who started? Was it you, Wyatt, or was it somebody else?
It was. Wasn't it Gamer?
I think it might have been
No,
Gamer.
it had to have come
Or-
before that.
I don't remember
Yeah,
who
it was a
started.
long
Someone
time.
started. I don't remember who it was. It
But,
might have
like,
been me, but I don't
basically-
remember.
Basically, like, whenever we're playing friendlies or something, and we're just chilling, out of nowhere, if anybody takes a game off me, they'll somebody, I forgot who said it, but they were like, "Did I just beat the VG boy?" And every time anybody says it, it always gets me like so like irritated because like you take one game in a friendly, and then you're like, "Did I just beat the VG boy?" So it's like a tradition that at a session, if anybody like is like thinking of it and they remember it, they always go like, "Did I just beat the VG?" Like the first game. It's always Wyatt.
It is
Wyatt
me.
always does it.
I
He
feel
always,
like I
makes
haven't
it.
seen you lose even at a session. At least not none of the sessions I've been to.
Because Jake's a
Yeah,
tryhard.
That just happens sometimes.
What?
Like I took a game off you when you were at my house, but that was because you SD'd, so I didn't say anything. SDs
See,
don't
if you
mean
would have
anything.
known about it.
A man
Well,
of
SDs don't
honor.
mean anything.
A man of honor.
I'm not an ass.
Fair.
That is fair.
See, Anthony gets it. Anthony would never hit me. Did
This
I
guy
just
gets
beat
it.
the VG
I wouldn't say it, even ironically.
This guy gets it. This guy.
Yeah.
I like that. Even though I'm still gonna say
Another
it.
me.
And the reason why I haven't said it yet is because of the next thing.
Oh yeah. Staying on
True.
topic with Jake, we have big head, big head.
I think you
This
get
is
it.
pretty self-explanatory.
He
Jake's
just-
big head because he hasn't lost yet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
dang.
Oh my
Stupid
god.
character.
I mean, you're right about that, but that's not what it's referring to.
Dumb
Okay.
character.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong, no.
Mario up smash is it's a crisis.
Yes,
Yes.
it's Mario Up Smash.
No.
It's a
I think it needs buffs.
Mario
I
up.
think it should say
Did you just say Mario Up
bigger
Smash?
head,
needs
bigger
buff?
head. Yes, I think it needs a bigger head.
Stop saying words. See, look,
I
you
said
made the
what I
man
said.
leave.
Good. He doesn't want to accept the truth.
Mario up
Mario
smash is
needs
like a
buffs.
national emergency. Like we're at DEFCON 5.
What?
We're at
Why do I
DEFCON
hear
5.
applause?
I don't know.
Why do I hear applause in my headset?
It's me.
But no,
You
that
know why you hear
Oh.
applause?
Why did when I get up my Spotify started playing? What's that?
imagine.
Okay. Anyway,
But yeah, that's
There were applause because we were moving into the S tier.
yeah.
next tier.
I don't want to talk about this next one.
Wyatt Kamikaze's last
I don't want
stock.
to do it.
I think I do remember you briefly mentioning that you did play Hero for a little bit.
Yep. So so again, Ben, which is a pretty common thing about with a few of these things. But me and Ben, were playing friendlies at a session, and as a joke, I went hero because I thought my hero was nasty. It is, but back then, so I was like, and Ben notoriously hates the hero matchup. Always has, probably always will. And I think at the same tournament where I yelled at him for mashing, the same set, I'm pretty sure. I switched to hero. I was down 2-1 and I switched. And it was my last. We were both at last stock. I think I had a lead too. I had a pretty good lead. And I pulled up the menu and I scrolled down to what I thought was Kaboom. But it was not Kaboom. It was Kamikaze. And do you know the emote where it's me with my hands in my face? That's where that
Yeah.
comes. That's where that comes from.
I
And
see.
Again.
yeah. And from that moment forward, I vowed to never play that trash character in bracket ever again.
He's not trash. You just can't read.
I know I can't read. I'm a Rob
You're just
player.
illiterate.
I'm a Rob main. Of course I
Oh.
can't read. But yeah, so that was something. Something I will be haunted by forever.
That was a beautiful ending to a set.
That was nothing of the sort. What do you mean?
Speaking of
It was
speaking of
deserved.
endings, that's how it ends.
That's how it ends.
That's how it ends.
That's definitely how it ended. Yeah, in that way. It ended in that way. Yep.
Anthony, are you an avid SFSU VOD watcher?
Never.
Never?
Dang.
Never.
So you probably don't know what this is from then.
Oh, of course not. I was. What tipped you off? I probably should look at some of the VODs.
This is actually Summit's coming up. This is from our last summit.
Oh,
Uh,
last summit.
The last summit, yep. This
Wait,
was
was
Alex's.
this in grand finals?
Oh?
He
Wait,
knows. He knows.
Hold on.
You
Why is it?
know.
It's starting to come back.
Oh, it might have been in the It was in the first episode of the doc.
Oh, that's right.
That might be where you're
Oh,
remembering it
yeah.
from,
That is
because the clip is in there.
Oh yeah. That's where I remember it from. Yep. When you guys
Yep.
showed the doc.
Do you remember how it ends?
Oh God. So. Okay. Let's see.
He's thinking.
He's channeling the
Which
the
actually is a
SFSU
thing.
memory, the memory bank.
Yep.
I have no
Sitting
clue.
on
I'm
the
just gonna
intro.
assume that Alex SEs.
Well, here's the thing.
No,
I
Alex
wasn't.
on commentary, dude.
Yeah, I wasn't even. I know I wasn't even on commentary. I wasn't playing in grand finals of last summit, and I wasn't even on commentary.
Last dude.
So basically, what
Uh,
happened? Ben, in disadvantage,
Oh my god.
like he always does, decides to go for a down air. Jake, who just like pretty much everybody in SFSU, aware of the fact that Ben loves to down air out of disadvantage, bloods Ben off stage
No,
to win summit.
he caped him.
no, wrong.
Oh wait, no, it was
wrong.
cape.
He caped
You
him.
did
Yeah.
cape
Not
him.
blood. It was cape.
And Ben.
Either way.
And then Ben went. Woo!
I
And then
remember.
died.
That was
The
sick.
exact interaction was he was at 20 or something like that. I'm pretty sure, I think I like forward threw him or something. He was at 20, and I read his double jump back on the stage, and I caped him, and then he buffered a downer, and he like tumbled off of the stage on FD.
And die at like 25. Or something
beautiful.
stupid like that.
Yeah, it was deserved though.
Deserved. Well done.
You know what else is deserved?
A lot of
Alex's-
these next ones, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the next
these,
one.
Yeah.
Banjo stickers.
Yeah.
Shout out to Terror Bear.
Terror
Shout outs
Bear
to
is a
Terror Bear.
legend. Shout outs.
No, he is not.
Terror Bear, you take that back right now. So Anthony, do you know, as alarming as the Iceberg title might be, I think we've mentioned this a little bit with you around, but
I think I've seen the art. This is on the
Oh,
wrong
You
side
can
of
hardly
the
call it
internet.
art.
no, that's art.
This is the wrong side of the internet. I don't know why you guys were frequenting that spot.
So
But-
yeah, I think you
It's
should
not.
bring
It's not the wrong side of the internet because this is literally from the best, probably the best banjo player,
in
in
America
the U.S.
at least, yeah. So,
Not in the
was
world,
from the
the
wrong
US.
side of the internet. Okay.
So basically, Terror Bear, who, like we mentioned, is probably the best banjo in the U.S. right now, had art designed of Pregnant Banjo, and he started selling them as stickers at locals when he went. So Alex,
Started, like putting them on random stuff at like majors and stuff. Like
Mhm.
I forget. I think like he put one on Larry Lur's. I don't know what he put
it
it
was
on.
like
But
his
it was
bag or
some-
something.
yeah, Larry Lur's bag. He put one on.
hmm But so Alex, when he played banjo, when he was the bear, even though he still is the bear, he
And
had
the pilot, you know.
he had a bad habit of using Wonder Wing and neutral a lot. So what I said was, every time you Wonder Wing and neutral, I'm going to buy you a sticker. And I never did because A, I don't live in SoCal, and B, they're not online. So, but I think
God.
the tally got up to like 16 or something
7
like that.
Oh, really?
It was pretty high.
16?
16,
It was pretty high.
bro.
It was a lot higher than it should have been. But
Oh, God.
yeah. So that's that.
It's
'Cause-
horrifying.
Yeah,
yeah.
Alex, you know what you get for Christmas?
Oh,
Not
no.
pregnant banjo stickers.
Oh, no.
We'll see what shows up in your stocking Christmas morning.
Have fun flying to SoCal for that.
Hey, I'll find him I'll find him somewhere, dude. The internet's a big place.
I wouldn't be surprised if you could buy them online somewhere else.
I have some research to do after this.
You
in
probably
a
don't need to get them from Terror Bear.
purely educational way.
Of course.
Yeah, purely educational. Speaking
Right.
of purely educational, this next one that not a lot of people may know about.
Finn and Barry, of course, is a reference to the hit kids show Adventure Time. The Adventures of Finn,
I
And
forgot.
Jake.
I forgot about
but
Adventure
instead
Time.
of Jake, it's Barry. You know, Barry as in Barry Allen, the Flash.
Yeah.
I don't think
so.
That was a very good guess though. That was very
What?
good.
I don't think it was.
It was.
Finn,
I'll give you credit.
Finn and Barry are me fighters that Jake created.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I had like a bunch of like me fighters on my Switch. They were like basically just like a bunch of default characters, but they had like every color of the whole rainbow. and like whenever anybody wanted to pick a me, they could just pick any single one. And like Finn was mine, and then Barry was Alex's, and it was always a joke that like Finn was the best character in the game and Barry was bottom tier, even though they're like the exact same character. So you have to see them. We'll have to show you one time. But Finn,
Oh, yeah.
they don't have
Pulled
noses.
them out at
Uh,
someplace. I don't remember.
Alex pulled out a meat gunner at last summit, but it wasn't Barry.
It was
Afraid Bob.
Afraid Bob. I forgot
Afraid
about
Bob.
that.
I also pulled Barry out at Summit.
Oh,
Against
you
Percy.
did. That's right. Barry
really
won that game, didn't
Barry.
he?
Yeah, I won the game with Barry.
Let's go. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Barry is like this white-haired, like really nervous-looking dude, and Finn is this like derpy, big smile dude with like pokey red hair. He's great. He's great.
It's wonderful.
You know what else is great?
Oh, don't say it. Don't say
Jake's
it.
first game loss.
Okay,
No,
we're
we're
going there
saving
first.
the other.
Okay,
We're
okay,
saving the other one
Alright,
for
alright.
last.
All right.
I was gonna say.
So this one I know better than you guys. I've been
Oh.
neighbors with Nathan since I was like 4 years old. He is in fact like genital herpes,
No.
but like in a good way.
Wait.
No,
Wait,
let's just.
Wait. No.
It's fine.
All right, I guess we're talking about this now.
We're going like left or right. Yeah, so Nathan, he's a good guy. It's like he's always on you when you don't want him to be. That's not true at all. Actually, I went over to his house board and he came over here. So in a way, I kind of like maybe I gave him the herpes. But like,
Oh.
you know how it is sometimes. Like you guys agree with me. Things just happen.
Oh,
One
yeah.
thing
Yeah.
led to another.
And
It
then,
spreads.
Yeah.
and then boom.
I love you, Nathan.
This is also something that Nathan said on commentary one time.
He did.
Oh,
It was-
So here.
Show me your
'cause
moves.
I think I was commentating
Tell us,
with
sorry.
him because it was
Yeah.
Jake versus Ben, and we can actually this actually leads into that. But it was Jake versus Ben, and it was me, Nathan, and I think Alex were all on commentary. But since there's three of us, it's a mess. So I told Nathan, "Go away," like basically just like go away. And then Nathan said, and I quote, "You cannot get rid of PP Man. PP Man is like genital herpes. He always comes back, and you'll always find him," or something like that.
I
Just
love
like
him.
so nonchalantly.
It was mid-set
It was
too.
mid-set.
Dude,
Wait, I
Nathan's
think we were like,
a guy.
yeah, dude,
I love
he's so
him.
funny.
We love Nathan.
That's why we invited him to Summit just to like be the commentary guy.
Wait, is
The
he coming?
Hopefully.
Yeah, he's coming to Summit. He's gonna be like the commentary guy.
I think him and Sea Dog are doing commentary, is what I remember. But
I haven't talked to you about.
we probably should. Anyways,
probably should.
so I'll talk to him.
So,
Anyways,
yeah.
but yeah, that's the wonderful background of PP Man being genital herpes.
I think my favorite part of that was Wyatt's reaction after the fact.
Oh, I
he was
yelled at
like,
him.
okay.
Yeah, I was like,
off
all
the
right,
mic."
all right, get off, we're done.
Off the mic. You
Please.
know better.
There are children here.
Are there? Oh yeah.
Taylor
Let's
Hall
try
there.
and not bring that clip up, Wyatt, if we ever want prospects of
Yeah,
bringing Smash to Summerfield.
yeah, we're not talking about that ever. This is the
What
one
we,
time.
we will talk about is Jake's first game loss.
So Jake's first game loss.
Who do
Actually,
you?
it's like a metaphor. So
No.
it's a metaphor for Jake losing to himself.
I like that.
He lost to his own emotional state, and that's
Who was the
that's
first
valid.
person that? Who was the first person to take a game off Jake?
I know
Oh,
the
man.
answer.
So I'll ask you.
What do I feel? I feel like
It's
it was
someone
Ben.
actually.
Was Ben?
Was it Ben?
Yeah, it was
wait,
Ben.
Was it?
It was
Oh.
at. No, because it was okay,
It
it was
Hank.
Summer Smash Bash.
Hank did it.
It was Hank.
Hank did it very back at at the spring summit.
Oh.
Yeah, Hank did it first, and then after that.
Oh,
Ben
I
did
got
it
that
after
completely
that.
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
because I didn't know Hank took a game off at
he did.
Spring Summit,
He
but
did. It was
I
but he
was
only took a
thinking
game.
I was thinking of Summer Smash Bash, July of 2019, where it was Jake versus Ben, and Jake lost a game because he was going for style.
I remember that.
So when Anthony was like, "This is actually a metaphor for Jake losing the game to himself," he was
Or
actually kind of
actually,
right.
He was actually
spot
right.
on.
You were like actually spot on. And then he was like, "I'm." That's probably where "Did I just beat the VG boy?" came from.
Yeah, that's probably where that came.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
dude.
put it all together.
Oh my god.
I
And
Of course,
speaking of beating the VG boy, we have Alco and Byron.
do you know
Wait,
who these two
Oh, it's
gentlemen are?
alco. I read that as aluminum cobalt.
That too. Maybe that's what it
Alright,
means. You
fair.
don't know.
Okay, alco. Yeah, I've got nothing on this one.
So our tournament, Show Me Your Moves,
Okay.
March of 2020. It was the first tournament where we made the tournament public, so
Mhm.
anybody could register, which it was kind of a good thing because we could get more people, and I think that's how Gamer found
Mhm.
our tournaments. It's
Yep.
because we made Show Me Your Moves public. But then you have Alco and Byron who register, who I think only Byron joined the Discord.
Yeah.
Didn't really say anything before or afterwards, but basically these two came. Alco got third, beating me, along with everybody else, and then Byron won the tournament, beating Jake.
Mhm.
These two never
What?
said a word.
Twice. He double eliminated him.
So
And these two
yeah.
never like communicated in the Discord afterwards, never returned. So basically these two just showed up to our tournament, got top 3, and then left.
These wonderful individuals.
Wait,
And nothing against them, obviously, but like
Yeah, but it's just like
They really
come
won
on.
and done this.
Yeah, they showed us their
And-
moves and then they dipped.
This is a fun fact. Because of these two people, they caused like basically the only time Alex and I have ever played in losers bracket was at Show Me Your Moves, because I got sent to losers by Byron.
fun fact about Show Me Your Moves. We did pools for seeding.
We did.
I beat Byron in pools.
And Jake beat Alco in pools.
Yes.
But then me and Jake lost to the other one in bracket.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Oh no, because actually, yeah, true.
Yeah, Alex lost to Alcohol,
Yeah, yeah.
Byron.
So it was Byron Alco winners finals.
And
Yes,
Jake
sir.
pulled out the DK somewhere.
He did.
I did.
He did.
And I took a set. I took the first set of Grand. I reset bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lost 3-1, I think.
Feels bad, man.
Feels
So I
bad.
couldn't beat a PT with Mario. So I guess I had to adapt
Yeah.
and switch to DK.
The monkey reigns supreme.
You know what's reigns supreme?
The
next
next
tier?
Tier. Yes.
Boom.
Going a bit deeper.
We're getting deeper now. We're underwater now,
Oh.
officially.
This is scary, guys.
We're getting there. I think we should start with the quote. I feel like that's only
I'm
fitting.
Yeah. This is
What-
a
This
good
is a
one.
good one.
What does I'm thinking mean, Anthony?
Okay, so
He's
I'm
thinking.
assuming
hold on.
it should be like in between matches. You're thinking of someone was like, "Hey man, hurry up with your counter pick stage," and someone was like, "I'm thinking."
That's
That's
actually
I
a
mean-
good guess.
Is a good guess.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Really good guess.
So with I'm thinking, throw it back to VG Boy Saga, all the way back in the winter of 2019. Jake was so good we named a tournament after him. But doubles winners finals, it was me and Jake against Ben and Alex. And me and Jake were double Roy, and Ben and Alex I think were Banjo.
probably
Wolf? Paddle
And it
Wolf.
was probably no. It was probably I would guess it's doubles, so probably like Donkey Kong Bowser.
Oh yeah, you're right. And Ben loses his stock first. So then obviously me and Jake have the advantage, and we're quite literally just playing ping pong with Alex here. And Ben is sitting on the spawn halo, and Alex goes, Ben, do something, and Ben goes, I'm thinking. Sitting on the spawn halo as Alex is getting bounced back and forth between the two of us. I think we killed him right after he said that too.
He stood there. He used all of his angel platform time to think while I was getting destroyed.
Bro, just
A
imagine,
doubles match? That's
It
incredible.
was so
I'm telling you,
funny.
just imagine
That's
two
even
Roy's
better.
swinging at a DK, just
Back
tossing
and
him
forth.
around the stage.
And like right after he said like I'm thinking, I think we killed him after that, or at least almost killed him. And then he was like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
and then came down. But no, that
Oh
was
my gosh.
I
I
love
wish we
that
could have
so much.
recorded those sets, dude.
That would have been so sick. But yeah, that's the
Oh.
origins of I'm thinking. Going
So
so
you
much
were
so
up.
that I even rocked the thinking tag whenever I played Ben for a while. So
Yeah, it's even better.
but yeah, and then the next one,
Gavin.
just Gavin.
All right, Gavin. Is there a reference to when the hit top player, Gavin Tweak, I don't know his last name.
No, you had it, Dempsey.
Dempsey.
You had it.
Yeah, he showed up the summit, didn't
did.
say a word. He walked in,
Mhm.
3-0'd everyone.
Yep.
And walked out.
That's correct.
That's it.
I mean, you got it 100%, so I guess we can just move
Okay.
on.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's it.
Or doubloons.
Oh my
Like,
god.
that is my
Stop.
favorite picture of all time, dude.
No,
Oh
so
my god.
Gavin, if I remember right, this is kind of reference to Ryan and Gamer because Gamer's name is Gavin.
Yeah, it's just gamer's name, right?
Yeah.
What?
Actually, I didn't know that.
Well, I was like, because
It's
we all
just
call him Gamer,
Gamer.
but there's one
Yeah, you
person
would
who
never
doesn't
guess.
call him Gamer, and that's Ryan. Because so like all of us in the Discord will be like, "Oh hey Gamer, what's up, Gamer?" Talking to him, and then Ryan goes, "Oh hey Gavin," and that's it. That's the whole thing.
And there's no reason
love
behind it.
Ryan.
He just does it.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's it. That's the whole thing.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
This next one is pretty simple too, I think. Mason has to host.
Has he hosted? Ever?
Technically, in
Well-
some capacity, yes.
Well, the sentence would indicate that yes, he has hosted,
He has.
but not like in the typical
Not
way.
in the conventional manner of hosting.
No.
Convinced the man doesn't have a home. I'm convinced he just wanders and then he shows up and then he goes.
He's
back to
knocking on my door
wandering.
right now, actually.
That'd be
Now
Him
he can't
wandering.
host. Dude, I'm telling you, we can have a tournament in his dorm. His dorm's kind of big. He's got like a living room area, and he's got like a hallway with like 2 rooms, and his room looks like it's like an attic almost. It's pretty big.
Dang.
You can get like 5 setups in there.
god. But like,
But I don't know how he hosted.
well,
I'm trying
let's
to
just
think.
say he didn't host in the normal way that you're thinking.
He didn't host in a physical space, basically.
In no
Oh,
physical
I
capacity.
see. I see. You all came together. It's like in Dragon Ball, where like it's like image training. So he mentally hosted inside of his mind.
Yes.
Sense.
So this is from the Wi-Fi era of
Okay, that
SFSU.
makes sense. That makes
So-
sense.
When playing online with Mason, he couldn't join other arenas
But
because
wait,
according to him, his
Oh,
internet was too good.
too good. Internet too strong.
So
His internet's
since
way too
Mason's
good.
internet was too good to connect to our other arenas that were just not as powerful as his, we had to join his arenas whenever we played.
I think that's a Nat type issue.
Yeah,
It
it is.
literally
It was.
It was.
It was.
But
oh my god.
no. His internet was just supreme. His internet was far and away better.
Every time, dude. It'd be all of us are on like in our own arena, And then Mason's like, "All right, I'm hopping on," and we would just like
Well,
leave and
we
wait
gotta
for him.
shut it
He's like,
down.
he has those.
Yep.
Uh,
Gotta wrap it up.
gotta wrap it up.
Oh my gosh.
We're done.
As much as I don't miss Wi-Fi, I will say it was low key fun just screwing around and
Yeah.
was pretty fun.
making memes.
It was pretty
Playing arenas was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
of
Mason,
our good friend, yeah, I was gonna say.
so we
Is
have
this is that Italian?
it is. So that's
Okay.
pretty much all there is to it.
mm,
So one day,
I understand.
so a lot of the time we'll call Mason Meso, and you might have done it once in a while too, but we call him Meso, just cause. And one day I think I was bored, and I was like, I'm gonna Google Meso and see what comes up, and what came up was Meso Canali Pinot Grigio, which is an Italian wine. So for a while in the Discord, his name was Meso Canali Pinot Grigio. And I changed his nickname to it. And the same day, the message below, he said, "Hello, I am wine."
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
And then for the longest time, I think it was for like a good chunk of the year, he was just
Yeah.
Meso Canali Pinot Grigio.
He kept the name
Yeah.
for a long
He
time.
did. I
I was gonna
respect
say, I
it.
remember it sticking around for a while.
I respect it. But then he finally got tired of it. Finally changed it. I was sad, but you can't be wine
Worst day of
forever,
my
man.
life. True.
Speaking of
Careful.
sad, my hands.
Wyatt's hands.
Wyatt's poor hands.
What happened with my poor hands, Anthony?
Reference to the one at the bottom where it says you broke your hands.
That's a good place to look. So, I forget who I talked to about this, but I mentioned it at the session last week. And I mentioned it earlier. I used to play good old Terrence Bogard. When
Oh,
he
the
came
boy.
out, the boy Terrence Bogard. I was determined that he was like my forever main. I loved playing him. He was so much fun. And then I think it was like at the beginning of the new year, 2020, the wonderful year that it was. My hands started to hurt a lot whenever I played Smash, and I was like, oh, that's fine. And then a couple of weeks, I was like, I can't play Smash for more than like 10 minutes without my hands killing me. So I looked up my symptoms, everything like that, and turns out I had symptoms of carpal tunnel
That
from
too.
playing good old Terrence Bogard, and my poor hands couldn't handle it. So
That's why people don't play King of Fighters with a controller.
I learned that the hard way.
Those double quarter circles get you.
That's what got me. But yeah, that's the story behind my hands.
This
Still
one,
pains me. I can't do it.
you know what
It's
else
all
pains
about
me? Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, but you can't do it for Smash.
What pains you, Jake?
You know what pains me? Pac-Man. And
Here
how-
comes Pac-Man.
This was a Wi-Fi era thing.
This was
Sense.
It's also still kind of a now thing.
kinda not
Oh,
as much,
yeah.
but a little bit. So
Do you know of any SFSU people who play Pac-Man?
ding 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 ding
Ding,
ding.
ding, ding.
Supposed to play him at the last tournament.
Oh
He didn't
yeah,
show up.
Oh, I forgot that was Friday supposed to show up.
that'd been a crazy matchup.
We miss you, Hank.
Please come back.
I
Please
mean,
come back.
maybe we'll see that matchup here soon because I think Hank did say he wanted to try and make it out to the December tournament.
Hopefully,
Or,
fingers
like,
crossed.
Not specifically that one, but like
Soon.
the next one.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We gotta get the Smash GG up for against all odds up here soon. Because we're coming up on 1 month away. But anyway, that's not
You know what else is
important
coming
right
up?
now.
Pac-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
So
'Cause whenever Hank would be getting online to play, we'd be like, "Oh shit, here comes Pac-Man."
and there's a video too, a good old YouTube video I think it's pinned in our meme channel. of
Maybe.
just
I have the video on my phone somewhere too. I
Here
think.
comes
maybe I can pull it up.
Pac-Man, and then it's just Pac-Man walking through and goes, yo, 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 what's up? And a lot of profanity that I'll avoid for right now, but yeah. So
It was
whenever,
like every time, dude.
literally every time Hank would get on.
Here goes Pac-Man.
Oh no. Yeah,
Did
pretty
you hear
much. Oh shit, here comes Pac-Man. Yeah, that was like Hank's like
Oh wait, but that's
theme
not the
song.
specific video. Wait, that's the original video?
That's like Hank's theme song. So whenever he would get on, that was his theme song. It still kind of is, but
His
Intro.
song.
yeah. So that's where Here Come Pac-Man comes from. And then finally we've got frames 11 and 9 respectively. So
This was not a fun
this
time.
is great. I don't know what you guys
This
talking
is
about.
No.
probably the worst time in SFSU history.
No, this was great.
I
This was
low-key
great.
agree.
But it was also fucking fantastic. And I loved it every second of it.
So, Anthony, if you had to take a crack at this,
This one's fucking
This
obscure.
is
If you
so
don't know, how would
Okay, so-
anyone decipher this one?
So this is a, of course, I'm sure we all realize at this point it's the key reference to the tragedy that occurred on September 11th, 2001, with the fall of the Twin Towers. Moment of silence.
It's 11 and 9.
Yeah, well, you flip them around. So, of course, we have to link in our minds who on the Smash roster could have caused this tragedy. And then, of course, the answer is Mario.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Hang on, I'm
Which
trying to see
means
if I
it's
can.
a reference to Mario's down smash.
you know,
Well,
honestly,
that's not it.
it's not it,
but-
but I appreciate it. So
Okay.
there's a meme.
Let's see if I can't find where.
Yeah,
I thought
so-
Let's see if
I
I
was onto something there.
pull up the meme.
So again, in our Discord, it's pinned somewhere. There's a meme where have you seen those Mr. Krabs memes where he's like SpongeBob me boy, and then he goes on a tangent about something? There's one with that
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
with
yeah.
Bowser, and it's like
Wait, I'm close to finding it. I
alright,
think.
So wait, but like it's basically like he goes on a tangent about Bowser and how his back air and forward air are frames 11 and 9 respectively. So like once Alex finds it, he can give you the rundown. But and for a
found
while,
it.
all right. So go hit us with it, Alex. Hit us with it.
Arg, SpongeBob me boy! I misspaced a move at 0 against Bowser, and using his top 5 initial dash, he has caught me in his neutral B. I have now taken 64.8% and am nearly at kill percent for his back or forward air, which come out at frame 11 and 9 respectively.
But
Okay, good.
Oh
Now,
my
I
God.
understand.
we found the meme, and it was Ben's brother Josh. Just started saying it
my God.
nonstop.
Josh,
Like
Non-stop.
whenever he
It-
saw us.
I think it was because it became a thing at the session right before Show Me Your Moves.
It did.
Yes.
It did.
And so starting at that session and then at the tournament the next day, Josh would just nonstop go frame 11 and 9 respectively.
That's all it was.
The whole
Whole day.
damn day.
Whole day. So yeah, that wonderful meme was so funny, but caused us so much pain. But it was
funny for
I
the
think
first,
it was
like,
worth
3
it.
times.
I think it was worth it.
Bowser's forward air is 9 frames. Goddamn.
Yep,
Right?
crazy. It
It's so
Isn't that not cool?
perspective
Nova.
is so weird because like every fighting game has a different like frame of reference for frame data. Like in Tekken, the fastest move is 10 frames. Tekken's a much slower
Jeez.
game.
Holy crap.
So like Bowser forward air is faster than jab in Tekken.
That's crazy.
It's so weird.
What?
That's
Yeah.
You know what else
wild.
is crazy?
In DBFC,
moving
the
on to the
fastest move
next
is 6
tier.
frames. That's why I was so
Dang.
weirded out when Mason told me that Zero Suit jab is 1
It's
frame.
frame 1. Yep.
I was like, what? That makes no sense.
She
Got
needs it.
special guest Nova joining us on the couch.
Yeah, Nova. You have anything to say, Nova?
I swear to God, if he barks at me.
Like Kenobi almost did last time we recorded. He like Alex was like, look
True.
who it is, and me and Jake like waved, and I just heard. "Rrrr."
Anything at all,
And
Nova?
I was like, Bro,
You
I'm
thinking
not even in the
anything,
same
Nova?
like building as you. Not even the
No,
same
look at her.
house.
She's got nothing in her head.
Head empty,
I
no
was gonna
thoughts.
say, there's not a thought behind those eyes.
All right, moving on. This is a small tier. I think the tiers get smaller,
They
and
do. They
which is
absolutely
good
do.
because
Yeah.
I think we've been going on for a while now.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, they get smaller. So
Well,
we're getting there. We're
let's
like
get
this is
to-
like the halfway point, I think. So
but we're probably a lot farther because the other tiers were pretty big.
That's
but,
true.
Yeah,
next,
we'll be fine.
yeah,
we have Meme Fest.
pour one out.
F.
Pour
I
one
hate
out
it.
for Meme Fest. Do you
I
know
don't
what
know
this
what it
could be
is.
referring to?
You don't know?
I'm trying to. I don't know. We use memes all the time.
Well, these are getting
But-
more. These are getting more
These are
obscure.
getting all pretty
True.
obscure.
But basically, Meme Fest was our plan for an event where we didn't run Smash at all. It
good.
was an event where we run tournaments for a bunch of different games.
Not even like tournaments, like just like here's like it was basically kind of like an open house for SFSU. Like here's the games we're gonna play, and then you can come out and then just hang out and play games with us, and we'll talk to you about SFSU.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but the thing with Meme Fest is that it never happened
Yeah, it never happened.
ever.
Partly because of
I mean-
COVID, but that's been a while now. So
Mm.
we could have run it.
But
We could still run it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
as of now, plans for it are basically dead.
like we were gonna run
see.
like Mortal Kombat, Mario Kart, Mario Party. I think Guitar Hero was one of the games we were gonna play. Just a bunch of.
Anthony, when you were listing off the names of the games, Anthony was like ranking them in his head. You said Mortal. You said Mortal.
I don't like NRS games as fighting games.
That's fair. I like Mortal Kombat, but I don't really like Injustice all that much. But yeah, Meme
Mostly
Fest.
because they have a
Yeah,
they have
just
a
like
block button.
That's true. That's true.
but just like how Meme Fest is dead, guess who else got killed?
Did you get did you do the classic blunder of Tom to get bodied?
Nope.
No.
I think this came from.
was
Actually, this might be
it was Show Me
multiple
Moves.
occasions now that I think about it.
But the
it
first one was
most
Show Me
notably
Moves.
Me Moves.
Yep.
That was a very
Where
eventful day.
I think mid game,
Oh, it was mid game.
I got up, did the banjo bow taunt, and then killed him.
I remember that because
I
was
completely disrespected Ben.
because I was playing on the recordings, like the main setup, and I looked to my left while I was waiting for Mason to counterpick, and I just heard yeah, and I was like, what? And I just see this dude
I-
standing up mid set.
I witnessed it. I was there.
No respect.
Was it mid game or was it after the game?
It was mid game. I'm pretty
was-
sure.
It was mid game. I think you took the stop.
That's
And
Like, you
then
hit him
you
with a
so
move.
funny.
I think you hit him with like a move that was like guaranteed to kill.
Yeah.
And then you just got up and you were like, go, go.
Yeah, it was. There was no respect there. There was no chill.
It might have been after a shield break. So like
Oh god.
his shield was broken, so I just stood up, charged forward, smash, and I think I let it rip while I was
Oh
still
my
mid
god. No respect.
If you played Luigi, it'd be a lot better.
That would have been
Ooh,
so
That would
good.
be straight disrespectful.
That would have been
Mhm.
so. Oh,
I've seen
Anthony-
Elegant do that.
I
Dude.
get up and do the Luigi taunt like Elegant does.
Yeah.
Elegant's a legend. Just look at Ben and go bang bang.
He did what's it when he falls over?
Oh, I've
on
seen
his
him do that one.
stomach?
I used to be able to do that. I don't know if I still
yeah.
can, but I used to be able to do that. I think
Whenever
God, those were the days.
whenever you break somebody's shield, Anthony, I need you to start snapping in their face.
Yep.
like down smash, like you break their shield, just like you charge like forward smash or the or your neutral beam, and while you're doing it, you start like one hit them.
I gotta I
just got.
don't use down smash. I need to.
That'd be so cool.
Oh man, I just got an idea of what I'm gonna do when I break someone's shield and bracket next time.
Oh no.
You guys are gonna see it
Don't
when it
let it be
happens.
you.
It's
I
gonna
know
be
what you're gonna
incredible.
do already.
Yeah, don't let it be you.
Don't let it be you. He's telling us now. Don't let it be you.
Don't let it
Speaking
be
of
you.
don't let it be you. You know what rhymes with that? Yahoo! So
This was
The
an
guy
VOD.
the guy that said this didn't let it be him.
I feel like there's only one option here, but it's also too obvious because we're so
Yeah.
deep.
you're thinking a
Yeah.
little too hard about this, but you're right. If you're thinking of who you're thinking, you're probably
I
right.
mean, it's probably Jake.
Jake is involved. Yes.
Jake's
I am involved.
Jake did not
You
say
didn't.
this, though.
Oh, Jake
I
didn't
didn't
say
Jake
it.
didn't yell it. No.
Jake didn't say it.
No.
Hmm.
Jake Jake actually kind of got popped off on, if you think about it,
Oh yeah,
I did.
a little
I did
bit,
get popped off on
a little bit.
mid
Mid game.
game.
You got popped off on with your own Yahoo. That's kind of fucked up.
So
Mario Yahoo.
Yeah.
I guess I'll explain it now. This was at
Yeah,
Show
I
Me Your
don't know.
Moves.
Again.
A lot of
I was
a
saying
lot of stuff
a lot of
happened
stuff
at Show Me Your
happened to
Moves.
Sharing Moves. Again.
But
Yeah.
it was Show Me Your Moves. Jake versus Josh. Josh was on the verge of getting 3-stocked. And Josh did not get 3-stocked. He took one of Jake's stocks and he got up out of his seat after taking that stock and went, Yahoo! Because he didn't get 3-stocked.
It was
popped
so
off
Josh.
funny.
Taking a stock from Jake.
Ben's younger brother, Josh.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
homie. The same guy who walked around and was the walking frame 11 and 9 machine was also the
Yeah.
guy who screamed Yahoo after Jake. I don't even
with
think
his
he took his
older
stock. I think
brother.
Jake SD'd because he was going for style again.
I'm not sure how I lost it. It like there's a VOD. Like you
Yeah,
can
there's a
watch
VOD
back
we can
the
go
set.
back and watch, but
But yeah, and it wasn't even like a Mario. Yahoo! It was literally him just like genuinely like
Yahoo!
like, Yahoo!
Dude was
Like
so
Yahoo.
happy.
Why Yahoo?
It's so funny.
Homie was just happy, alright? He was just happy it wasn't him.
Oh,
Alright, so
God.
Oh.
our last
So I moved on to the
tier.
next one. I don't know what this is. You guys are gonna have to explain this one because I have
kind
no
of
idea.
remember, but
It was so like it was like such a random thing.
so first the tier for the Spotify listeners is Rombo. ROMBO. Rombo.
Combo.
Rombo.
A Rob combo.
That's a good guess.
That's actually a really good guess. Do you remember much about
Or it's
this,
a-
Jake? Because
Or the Roomba.
I like that one
It
better.
was.
Wait,
I like that
okay,
one better,
hold
too.
on. I think I remember now. So way back in the day, like very early SFSU, we were talking about doing a Smash cipher, which is like a big list of when people like drop straight fire bars about Smash.
Is that
in
what
this
this
case.
is?
I think so, because I think
That's to do with the cipher.
me, the three Bs, the Bear Bot Boy, and then I think Percy were like brainstorming stuff. And then I was gonna go say something, and then I just said Rombo. And then we just lost it. I think that's where that came from, but I could be
You were
horribly wrong with this.
You were probably saying something like, "Oh, he hit you with a Rob combo."
Something like that, yeah. But then it just Rumble. And thus
See,
it was born.
I always thought it was like a Wi-Fi era thing, where like we were just like playing. I don't know.
I
think there's like actually a pinned message.
There
in, like,
should be
arenas.
somewhere, but I'm not super
It's
sure.
pinned somewhere. Hang on.
Alright, we're
I can
finding it.
probably find this somewhere.
But for
You
now,
have to-
um, Just vibing.
but for now, as
Yeah,
far
for
as we
now.
know, Rambo is just me not knowing how to properly speak words.
yeah.
So
I think only like me and Wyatt.
I'll
for
say
the
this
most
is like a
part,
me and
even
Jake
acknowledged
thing.
it.
Mhm. And we didn't stop acknowledging it for a while.
It's not pinned. Wait, it might be. Is it pinned in meme?
Check arenas. 'Cause
It
I-
might
I
be-
couldn't
I
find it.
think it
Because I
is
think it was an online thing, like Jake said, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But I think it had something just like Rumbo, and I think that was just that.
Where the fuck is it? Where
And
is
if it's
it?
not pinned, then I have no idea. It just doesn't exist
It
anymore.
was pinned.
It just
I
doesn't
swear
exist
to
anymore.
God it was pinned.
It doesn't exist anymore. It is a figment of our imaginations.
Yeah, I guess it is.
But yeah, so
Rip
so
Rumble.
Rumble never happened.
the mystery of Rambo remains unsolved. But what
Dang.
doesn't remain unsolved is these next tiers.
Yeah. Oh.
Alright.
All right, we're getting into some
Oh,
good
for
ones
the
now.
bottom
We're
one.
getting into some good ones
Okay.
now. These are some good ones.
This is where it gets
This
good,
is where it gets
dude.
really good. So, Alex, I think you should start us off with the first quote.
No,
Absolutely.
it wasn't GG's.
It's pure salt. That
Yeah.
is pure salt.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
You're
pure
correct.
shit. That's like refined from like the Himalayas.
Yeah, that's right.
In the great words
So,
of like,
Definitely,
the 15-second clip.
definitely something Alex said.
No, it wasn't something I
It
said,
was
but
said
it does
to
have to do with me.
Alex.
It was said to me.
Mhm.
Really? Because I feel like I've heard you say that.
Who would say
before.
this to
Who
me?
would say such a heinous thing
To you?
to Alex? This was back when he played banjo too, so keep that in mind.
No, it's everyone then.
No,
Uh,
True.
So, Alex, you go
why do I
ahead and
feel
you,
like? Why do I? Okay, wait. I feel like Mason said this.
it
Nope.
wouldn't surprise me if Mason had said it, but
That
No,
Hey,
I
but
don't
this
know
was not a
that.
Mason word. This was not a Mason
Somebody you
quote.
don't know. Somebody you don't know very well, but you know of.
Okay.
so
Who
at
was it?
SFSU Evolve,
Which was
also known
technically
as
the first summit.
Somebody
it was technically the second summit
Oh well,
because the first summit was
yeah.
Spring Summit.
Yeah, true.
So at SFSU second summit, also known as Evolve, I played against Hank, and after
Hmm.
beating Hank, as you always say after a set, you say GG's, and this
Games.
motherfucker looked at me. No, I don't even think he looked at me. He just went, "No, it wasn't GG's." Like, I get Banjo sometimes isn't the most fun character to play, but you play Pac-Man.
I was just.
You cannot
What do you
be molding after losing Banjo Pac-Man.
And I
You're
want to
literally
preface,
just a better banjo.
we love you, Hank, but
But come on, man.
Oh God.
but yeah. So that's a classic.
You were spot on with the salt though. That.
Oh
that,
yeah, that
That
is
quote
that's
Pure salt.
originated purely from salt.
the floor is salt, the walls are salt, the ceiling is salt, everything down here
Everything
is
is
salt, the
salt.
air is salt, everything.
GG is also something you say after sex.
What?
After
Hey, like you finish like, oh, good game. Like,
GG's, man.
And then if they say it wasn't GG's,
That's when
you got that's bad.
that's
Oh,
bad.
fuck, man.
That's real bad.
Like, yeah, GG.
Do you fist bump too?
Usually fist bump.
Alright.
It's not a good character.
GG's in the
Sometimes you dap them up.
true.
Sometimes you just like, oh yeah, man. That's like,
And then
just
oh
keep
my
it casual,
Well,
keep it fresh.
True.
Speaking of sex, Falcon Thrust.
I forgot this happened until I looked at the iceberg again.
All right.
That's a great transition.
You can go into the pinned messages of Vibe and you can figure out exactly what the fuck this is.
Yeah, if you look in our
Yeah.
pinned messages in Vibin, you will instantaneously know everything you need to know about this.
Oh, this is
This is-
probably
This was just kind of
the,
like an out of nowhere thing too, wasn't it?
yeah.
Literally-
It was.
What do we
I
got?
was
We got,
actually there in person with the people who did this.
Oh
Fucking-
jeez. Yeah, it might take
We
a
have
second to
Jake.
find, but
We have
No,
Jake
I
saying
found it.
Mario can't kill.
It's true.
Uh,
You can't.
we have only two things are guaranteed in life: death and starting at 50% against Mario. So
But yeah,
emotionally, it
Anthony,
is
you are
60%.
very closely related with one of the people involved with this meme.
My sister?
Yep.
Yep.
What?
So the context behind this Discord message was that
Hold on, let me see that. I haven't found it yet. How far
It's
back
pretty
is
far
it?
down.
Let me
it's
check.
August of 2020.
August.
Jeez, that's a while ago.
2020.
Yeah.
Imagine losing your virginity to Captain Falcon. Fucking thrust.
Oh no.
So
No.
there was some of us since this was COVID times, the fair was doing drive-through fair food,
I never went to
and
that.
we were waiting in line for that, and it was very long lines. We got very bored. Allie and Gabe specifically got very bored enough to get. I don't even know how their minds came to this idea, but they then messaged the Discord saying, "Imagine just losing your virginity to Captain Falcon, Falcon Thrust."
Oh,
That's
my lord.
incredible.
And I
Yeah,
was in the I was in the car with them when they did this, and I think, and like my only thought when it happened was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
There was no thought. But yeah, that's
So
Yeah,
No thoughts. Head
that's-
empty.
that's
that's the origin of
that's
that.
fine.
that's a classic. So
I was upset when I found out that Gabe wasn't really part of this group because like he was one of my favorites.
he's come out
And he doesn't.
Yeah.
to a few things, but that was back like 2019. He hasn't been out since.
Mm,
Like he just doesn't really play Smash at all.
Hmm
So
yeah,
Doesn't he play Magic?
He does. He plays a lot
Yeah.
of Magic.
I
A
think he
lot
plays.
of Magic.
see, Magic is cool.
It's very
I
cool.
gotta
I
learn
enjoy
that.
it.
You know what else is cool?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Smash. Smash is a cool game.
Yeah.
I played Yu-Gi-Oh a lot
Yup.
when I was a
Okay.
kid.
We need to talk after this then, because I've got
I was like,
I've got decks on decks of just
I think I
Yu-Gi-Oh
sold most of
cards.
mine, but I still got some stuff.
All right.
My brother and I
Oh.
used to play with like tournaments and shit.
Yu-Gi-Oh is a banger of a card game.
I still watch like meta videos on Yu-Gi-Oh just to see like what's
Oh,
happening
jeez.
these days. It's so dumb.
I wonder how the meta's doing.
Like it's just the meta's stupid right now.
What else is
Well,
stupid? Maybe not stupid, but strange. It's Mason's word choice. And this is just a general thing.
Yeah, this is just general.
This is always
this
happening.
one thing
This
has
happened today.
so many different applications.
This happened
I don't
today,
even. I
feel
don't
like.
even think there's anything specific to go on.
It's just
Like it's pretty self-explanatory.
it's just Mason.
There's
just
a
Mason's
couple.
Hello,
that
I
would
am
like to
wine.
read off.
choice.
He did it
You know
today.
what-
He was like just casually was like, "Yo, I got my pro controller," and then was like 5 minutes later was
Hit a
like,
fire hydrant.
"Yeah, I hit a fire hydrant on my longboard going 20 miles an hour." Like, what? Like,
Oh yeah.
what? But
yeah,
this
there's
is
I think
I
there's
respect it.
a certain incredible pin message. It's in arenas
yeah.
of
Yep.
something Mason said.
But yeah,
In quotes, Jake, you're about to go down on me, Mason.
forgot about
Love that, man.
one.
These are actual words
These are
that he
actual
said.
things that Mason has said.
And then he tried defending it as if he didn't like. He's like, no, I didn't misspeak.
This
We're
is
like,
so
you
great.
didn't.
What do you mean?
I hope you misspoke. Oh,
Mason's strange word choice
It
kind of
might-
relates to a mountain and how you have to
It
climb
might just be how he types. Oh, wait, we're
True.
going to that.
Whoa, he
uh,
verbally
no,
said this.
he,
Oh yeah,
he said it out loud. We were in an arena. We were just like chilling, playing online, and he just did that. He said that.
just casually let it rip.
What did
I
he?
can't think- I
What,
can't
what
think
did
of
he say
anything.
he was trying to say?
I
I don't even remember.
don't even think I was there for this.
I didn't care because
I
it
just
was
looked
so
in the
fucking
pins the
funny.
next day and I was like, whoa, what's happening?
What did I just miss?
But yeah, then we have the final quote: "Mountain to climb."
Anthony, can I be straight up with you?
This just sounds like a phrase that commentators like to overuse.
You nailed it right on the. I don't think you could have said it any better.
Oh my god! Wait, you freaking nailed
Yeah,
it.
you nailed it.
Universal thing.
You
people
nailed
It's
it.
do.
what Wyatt says on commentary all the time.
No, I've gotten better with it, but when I first
Oh, yeah.
commentated "Show Me Your Moves," this was like what I said. But I will say, it doesn't help that for like the last 3 or 4 sets, I had to commentate by myself.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's always hard.
I was like sitting there, I was like, and it was my first time commentating. I was like, what do I
Mhm.
say? I was like, what do
While
I
you were
do?
solo, we left you to solo commentate while the rest of us went and played friendlies.
No, you played Smashdown.
Oh yeah,
There were
we
like
did.
5
Yeah.
of you.
Down.
Yeah. So you pretty much nailed that right away. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that and bread and butter combos.
Bread and butter combos, yep. That was the
Bread
other
and
one.
butters
going for it.
overused.
Mountain to
Go
climb,
for
bread and
bread and
butter.
butter.
Anything that's like overused, I used it. A lot.
At least Smash doesn't suffer from the universal fighting game
That's
overused
true.
commentary, which is, what's the mix?
What's the I've heard that before.
What's the,
What's the
I don't
I've
know.
heard that before.
It's people use it too
What's the
often every single
mix?
time.
I'm gonna start
Alright, what's
using
the
it
mix?
now
What's
just to
the
make
mix?
people upset.
There's not a whole lot to mix with in Smash though.
That's
There's
true.
no high lows or cross ups.
What's the approach?
They're
What's
playing
the
footsies.
approach? Or like what's the edge guard? Or like
That's true.
doesn't
How's he
sound
gonna
right.
get back?
There you go. There you go. That's a good one.
Alright. So
This one's my fault.
Alright, so
Yeah.
yeah, you see it. Yep.
This was at or in the woods.
Piano concert mid set.
Yeah, I want Anthony to explain what.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't even know that Grants was going on, to be honest. I was just Taylor was like, "Hey, can you teach me some songs?" I'm like, I got you, no problem. I was teaching her the fairy tale main theme song because she likes fairy tale. That was one of the first songs I learned piano, and so I was just teaching her that, and there was some kind of game going on in the background. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys could
What
elaborate on that.
what games are going on in the back? Oh right, grand finals. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Sweet.
Not even. It was a. It
was
wasn't it losers finals.
It was
Like,
me and Alex
Losers
in losers finals.
Yeah, losers finals.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
going on the whole time.
Yep.
Wyatt has headphones in, so he didn't care.
I didn't
But
hear
Alex
it that
didn't have
much.
game audio.
So Alex just heard piano going on. No, that was great.
Oh
And
my
I took my headphones out and I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Because I kind of heard it, but I didn't hear it enough to like recognize it. And I was like, what's going on? And I was just trying to stay focused. And I finished and I was like, wait a minute, what?
I will say though, Anthony, you were killing it.
You were killing it.
You were
Oh yeah.
shredding.
You were,
You were
what I
shredding.
did hear, you were killing it. You were
Exactly.
killing it.
See, someone said it.
You know what else was supposed to kill it in SFSU? The Thing.
Oh, the thing,
The Thing.
Dang.
The Thing.
dude.
If this is Smash related, it sounds like I remember when Smash Twitter blew up because everyone thought like Phantom Footstolen was going to be like the next meta, and it would like destroy the entire Smash meta, but it
I
never
forgot
did.
about that, honestly.
And now no one like,
Yeah.
No, no.
does it on purpose.
I completely forgot
Whenever
about
it
Phantom
happens, like, oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Footstolen. Oopsies. I didn't mean to Phantom Footstool Palu up here at 150. Oops.
No, that's not what this is about. Unfortunately, though.
Unfortunately. Good. That's a really good guess, though. So, the Thing was a combo video I worked on. Like a universal SFSU combo video to, like, hype people up. And the video editing software I was using didn't tell me it was a free trial. And I could only upload one video, which I had already done. And I went to go export it, and it said, you have reached your free trial purchase or don't do anything else. So the Thing, to this day, has still never been seen by anybody else besides me. And it is lost forever in the realms of my laptop, waiting to be uploaded.
I think Wyatt, you might have sent a snap
I did.
of the video to like me. I remember I got a snap of like maybe
Mhm.
just my part, like somebody else's part,
I think it was just your part,
but it was a snap.
Yeah.
So it's like I saw it one time,
and that was it.
and there was like I don't think there was audio
Nope.
because, or I don't know what was going on with it, but like I saw it for like
It was super scuffed,
it was super scuffed.
but
and
that
was it.
that is the only surviving evidence, not even surviving, of the Thing. So
a sad day.
pouring out for the thing.
That
Speaking of
sucks.
another thing
It's
you can
so
pour
bad.
out is Mountain Dew.
All right, I'm trying to
Oh,
trying to find the thing that goes along with this, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it.
So, Anthony, while Alex is trying to find it, go ahead and take a crack at the Mountain Dew
Because
bar graph.
it's probably buried somewhere deep in my phone.
So we've got the Mountain Dew bar graph.
Mm. Well, Mountain Dew sucks. Everyone knows that.
What the fuck?
Hey, I'm here. I'm not a soda drinker, so I'm here with you.
I have an empty
But only
Mountain Dew
original
bottle
Mountain
just
Dew.
sitting on my desk.
Dang.
I like
Yeah.
the flavors
Wonder
like
who likes
Baja
Mountain Dew.
Blast, Code Red slaps, but original Mountain Dew I really don't like. It just tastes like syrup. I don't know. A little bit of like a metallic taste.
So
All right, guys, it's been fun. Episode's
The
over
four
now.
Bs have returned to 3.
Yeah.
So I, rem- 'cause
Blocks
I
is no
remember
longer with us.
we still have a shit ton of Mountain
Okay.
Dew cans in the basement for when Alex would come over, and this was like months ago. And
yeah,
they're
I don't know.
still
I don't
there
know where all
because
those Mountain Dew cans came from.
I drink like one of those a month. When I get really desperate, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll have Mountain Dew.
I wonder who's responsible for all the Mountain Dew in your house.
Who
Yeah.
knows? It's a mystery.
Who
It could be
knows?
anybody, really.
But yeah, so basically, Mountain Dew bar graph. I think this also has to do with your sister because I think she made it. But basically, my season 2 ranking or placements, tournaments, I came to a conclusion because after getting 7th at the second Mega Masher monthly, I was like, man, I wonder why I did so bad. And then I think me and Allie came to the conclusion, wait a minute, that's the one tournament I didn't drink Mountain Dew and I did really bad. And so somewhere, I don't know where, there was a bar graph that she made displaying my tournament placements, which ones I drank Mountain Dew at and which ones I didn't. And the one that I didn't, I placed the worst. So now it's
Unbelievable.
this superstitious thing where it's like, I gotta drink Mountain Dew before a tournament or else I'm gonna do bad.
It was so funny. It was like labeled times you've gotten second place, like after drinking Mountain Dew. And then it was like times
Yeah.
you've gotten second place after not drinking Mountain Dew, and it was just like the
Nothing. it was non-existent.
Are you positive my sister's not working for your dentist?
ooh.
There's an agenda here.
Something.
Put
No,
it-
I would if a Smash tournament win costs me a cavity, it'll be worth it.
Jeez.
Agreed.
Priorities.
Actually worth it.
Yikes.
You know
So
what's not worth it?
this last
Being
one,
a furry.
this last point we have.
Yes.
And first off,
So there
we
are
need
two
to
options
to
here.
preface this before we say anything.
This one makes no sense.
It makes no
dude.
sense,
It
but
makes
also,
no sense.
but also, you do what you want to do. If you have a fursuit and this is what you believe in, more power to you. We are not trying to slander anybody. We are not trying to make fun of anybody. This is just
Isn't that the
us.
foundation of this whole
this
podcast?
is not the found. Oh well, all right. You got to play.
Well,
You
the
might be trying to
foundation of this
slander a few people.
podcast is gamer slander.
Gamer slander. That's right. Which we
That's
haven't
right.
gotten to yet.
Once per episode.
Once per episode. I still have to hit my quota.
Yeah.
Except for last
Anyways.
episode, but we were building up last
Anyways,
That's
episode.
the one
anyways.
exception.
Fine.
So yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
So now, Blank is a furry.
We got two options here.
Okay.
Mhm.
First option is obviously Alex when you played banjo.
Yes.
It makes sense a little bit. I can see it. Second option is Jake because he plays Mario and Dark Wizzy is a furry. And Dark Wizzy being the best Mario, someone can make the connection.
Is he a furry?
Yeah.
Really?
He's
I'm-
more he hides a little bit more than like Sonic Fox.
Oh,
yeah.
that makes sense. Huh. I
They're
never knew
both
that.
gay and furries.
I never knew that.
They're both absolutely correct at fighting games.
True.
I'm telling you, the connection's there. If any of you guys want to level yourselves up, just become a furry. it actually works.
Huh.
Noted.
But
The more you know.
there's also a pinned message. This one's in arenas, but
Oh no.
pinned message
Yep.
from Wyatt.
Oh,
Wyatt says,
no.
"Guys, Jake's a furry again, and then Jake says, "True." So I think this
The
just
whole thing.
comes around to the Wi-Fi era again, where
It
we would
does.
just say that each other was a furry.
Yep.
For seemingly no reason. I don't even know
No,
why it
so-
started.
The main reason we did was because we'd play online, and like Jake would pick like Fox, and then we'd go, "Oh, Jake's a furry," or like then I'd pick Wolf, and then we'd go, "Oh, now Wyatt's a furry," and then just go back and forth between basically all the species. But yeah,
Makes sense.
so that's where that wonderful thing comes from. Now
Now on to more wonderful
we are
things.
getting
We're getting to the close to the
most
bottom.
obscure, the
Oh.
most obscure of
We've
the
left
obscure.
the iceberg.
We've left the iceberg. We're in the point of no return now.
Mhm.
So
I think
starting with
I,
the
I
A3.
feel like Anthony, we might have said the A3 around you.
Well, I don't even remember what it is, so I'm not even gonna lie
What?
to you, Chief. I don't
So
You don't
know.
know what the
A3
A3
actually. I don't know why you guys thought I wouldn't know this. So the A3, of course, being myself, my sister, and my brother. The three A's. Austin, Alex, Anthony.
Boom.
Wait,
Two big brain.
the
Dude,
three
how does he
get it?
B's and the A3.
Boom. No, the 4 B's now. Come on, man.
Wow.
Well, he's an A now.
Oh, dang.
A3.
Dang.
It's all coming together.
Dude,
Oh,
actually I have no
It's all coming
clue.
together now.
Hmm.
No clue.
But I guess I can explain the A3.
'Cause I don't remember any of this. This is
So
too long ago.
A3 is short for Ann Arbor Arena, which is the weekly tournament that is run at U of M.
Shout outs to the
And-
boys.
And at my first A3 tournament, in losers on the last game, on a game 3, I dash dance at the ledge,
Now I remember
and
this.
then I ran off and banjo downer to my death.
I remember this now.
And everybody, like, because like we had like the whole squad there at A3.
We
It was
lit you
me,
up.
Jake, Wyatt, and
Ryan
I think
Percy was
Ryan,
there.
Percy, and Ben, and Mason were there. We had like everybody there.
Everybody pulled up. And we flamed you for this.
Yeah,
Ryan still makes fun of you for it.
yeah. Ryan
there's-
does not stop talking about
there
it. And
is
so from
no-
that day, that moment, or I guess that action of down airing off stage to death is called the A3.
I'm pretty
In my
sure.
honor.
I think I said it at the last session. 'Cause I think Percy might have done it with Ridley. Just, like,
Oh.
Ran off, or like accidentally just gone in the blast. So I think I might have turned to you and been like, "Hey, that's the A3."
I don't know. I forgot about that. I didn't know that's what we coined it as.
Yeah,
Cringe.
classic.
Speaking of things that are cringe, like Alex just said, then we should forget about our character bands.
Oh yeah, like Hero.
So the main thing is that obviously character bands are a little more prevalent in other fighting games. At least I think. No?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
just like
Well, never mind.
that's just like a
Um,
team game thing.
trying
Oh, okay. I knew it was like
They're
a
trying
ban
to
MOBA
operators,
thing,
or
but
yeah, like you ban legends or like operators.
Yeah, like in
Siege
yeah,
banners.
Overwatch.
in
Well,
Siege,
see,
every game
Siege
two.
League. Not League.
Yeah, in Siege, 2 defenders and 2 attackers
Mhm.
get banned every round.
So, our very, very first tournament ever, Winter 2018 Winter Smash Fest.
This is before even me and Jake
This
arrived on
is
the scene.
I was the only one around for
Literally-
this
First ultimate SFSU tournament
ever.
ever.
This is back when we went by SFSB, Summerfield Smash Bros.
Oh shoot.
So, the very first tournament, I thought as the sole TO, pretty much. Well, Ryan was there, but I was pretty much like the guy running the show, and I thought it would be such a wonderful idea, with a game that's been out for a week, to implement character bans. It was great. No, it was not. It was horrible. I should have never done anything like related to that at all. But yeah. So the people who had found like their one character they wanted to play, no, you don't.
You literally just
Yeah,
turned main bracket into like a secondary bracket.
I did. I
Like
did.
a secondary
the worst
only
idea.
side bracket.
It was a horrible
Yeah.
idea, and I would take it back if I could. But we're here.
And it pretty
And
much fucked over Percy from winning the tournament because
It did.
Percy only played Ridley.
Even
and
week 1.
yep, I absolutely fucked Percy over. Not on purpose, but like,
Percy was really good back then too, right?
mm-hmm.
Like
But,
I guess like compared to everybody else in the
Yeah.
scene.
But like, yeah, it was a mess. So, I won, by the
Ryan
way.
played Kirby.
Yeah, Wyatt won the tournament.
Dubs. No, I don't count that
He
anymore.
rigged his own
I do
tournament
not
too.
count that at all.
Yeah, but
Hey,
you
yeah,
beat,
that
you beat
was
a dub.
Ryan played Kirby. Did you really win?
Ryan
Ryan played
almost
Kirby.
beat me with Kirby, I think.
Yeah,
I think
Ryan
it was
did
pretty
play.
close.
You
Should
better
have been
count
him.
it. Yeah, that's on you.
True. But yeah, Jake, I want to say I'm disappointed in you for this next one still.
Hey Jake,
Beyond disappointed. Yo, Jake, you want some eggs?
No. The answer is still no.
Can't believe you.
The only thing that comes to
What's-
mind here is when like your stepmother has a guy over, like she's like not married. She has a guy over. They do stuff in the night, like they play Smash. I think that's what they do at night. And then like they're up in the morning, right? They're in the dude's in the kitchen, and then like little you, like you're 10 years old, you come downstairs to see your mom, and then the guy's like, "Oh hey buddy, your mom's still asleep, but want some eggs?
I can't
How
believe
would you like your
that's what
eggs?"
you got
Oh
from that.
god. So this
What's really funny about this is that have you guys seen Mason's recent message in the admin chat?
no, I can look at it
Look at it.
afterwards, but
Look at it right. No, look at it
I
right
can't.
now.
I cannot, cause I'm doing.
Oh my
This.
god.
But
Oh my
what
god.
chat?
that's
What did
so
he say?
random.
it's in the admin
you were-
chat. What did he say?
So you were
Oh.
asking about time for setup on Saturday,
Yes.
and Mason said, "I'll be there at 8, making eggs."
Let's go. Let's go, Mason.
That's so random. What the
So, kind of like what Mason just said. So this came back up. This came up a while ago. I don't remember how
Long
it
time
came
ago.
up. A long time ago. But I think I was like talking to Jake, and I was like, Jake, we need to play like a best of 5, and if I win, I don't know, I'll make you breakfast or something. And then
Why is
ever,
it a condition for if you win? That sounds like
or like I don't remember what it
you have
was.
to
I
It was
think-
like,
breakfast.
I think what happened was you picked me up and we were going to a tournament.
oh
We-
yeah,
We were going to one of our like first tournaments, and like you were like, yeah, we need to play, and like, I win, I don't know, or if you win, I don't know, like you like breakfast or something. I was like, I don't want eggs.
yeah. And then now, it's just whenever, just randomly, yo Jake, you want some eggs?
Yeah.
And there's a
And
And it
like-
usually comes around tournament time where it's like,
Mhm.
Jake, we're gonna go to your house in the morning. We're gonna make you eggs for the
You hear that,
tournament.
Jake? On Saturday, at Day of Summit, we're coming to your house. I'll bring everything. I'll bring my own dishes and eggs and everything, and we'll have breakfast, and it'll be great.
And you always say that as if you bringing your stuff is gonna change my opinion on eggs. And I like eggs.
Apparently,
I just don't want them.
that's fair. But yeah, so much so. This is the Want Some Eggs has existed so much so that we named an online tournament just eggs.
Yep.
And yeah, so this has been a recurring thing for a while now.
And
Summit at Jake's house.
I think it's at Ryan's.
no, it's at
Is that
Ryan's.
Ryan?
Yes.
Where
Ryan
does
had
he
like
live at?
We can update
Uh,
everything on Smash GG, but it should be
Yeah.
updated. But if not, we can update it.
Haven't
But
checked
he's pretty
was gonna
close.
say, like-
He's not
he's
super.
like
He's
just
like
out of town.
yeah, he's like just out of town. So
But I mean,
It's
he's
like,
pretty
oh,
much
it's at
in
Jake's
town.
house. I could literally walk to Jake's house from my house.
True.
true.
Where would we even host a tournament at your house, Jake?
Uh, the I
Like,
don't
where
have a
would
lot of
we?
like extension cords and stuff, and there's like
Mhm.
not a lot of plugs in my basement,
Yeah,
so
it'd be hard.
we had to do a lot of rearranging. But I don't think my mom would appreciate like me rearranging the entire living.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, I know
But
one thing Alex
you know what
doesn't
I don't
appreciate:
appreciate?
Leprechaun.
God.
I'll be shocked if you get this one, because I can't imagine just Leprechaun as much to go off of.
Leprechaun.
No, Alex isn't short enough.
Oh
He
my
he just
god.
said it.
Uh,
Slander is
boo,
continuing.
I said he's not short
boo.
enough. Is he short? How short is Alex?
I'd say no, but that's just me.
I don't
Not
think
leprechaun
so.
short.
No, I don't know if he's. I don't think he's Irish either.
Made me get up twice this episode.
Dang.
Congratulations.
I got you. Leprechaun.
Do you know any really bad horror movies that might share the name? All right, Alex, hit him with it.
Was there
So the movie Leprechaun
There's a
is a
movie
horrible
called
movie.
Leprechaun?
It's a horror movie.
Quote unquote.
Okay.
It's really bad, and there's a bunch of them. So
A lot.
Brendan, you know Brendan? You know Brendan, right?
I've heard the name.
So basically, he brings movies to watch, like whenever, like our friend group would hang out all the time. He'd bring horror movies for us to watch, and we watched Leprechaun one day, and I hated it. It was bad, and Brendan's like, "Oh, we gotta watch all the Leprechaun movies," and I made a deal with Brendan that if I lost Summit 3, we would watch all the Leprechaun movies. I lost Summit
no.
3.
Yep.
Oh
To
no.
this day, we have not watched another Leprechaun movie.
It's a smart man right there. He's avoiding
Not
his
yet.
inevitability. He's running from his problems.
If I place higher than my seed at Summit, you have to watch all the Leprechaun movies.
Holding
All right.
accountability.
All right.
He said
Wait,
yes.
what are you seated?
Okay.
Anthony's
I'm
seated.
seated seventh.
He is.
I'm
Yeah.
seated seventh.
He's seeded to get top 8, but not top 6.
Yep.
So if you get top 6, sure.
Like, you have to top 8 at a summit.
You say
There's
seated to
only
get
8 of
He's
us.
top
seated to
8
get
at
top 8.
Summit?
There's only 8 of us.
He has to beat his seed.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
I know.
He said he has to beat his seed.
There you go.
Also, Summit still says it's at the church. Is that the church?
We can change that once we get everything taken care of. We'll change it real quick.
It's actually at the gas station.
True.
Huh.
We know the guy who works there, and he's gonna hook us up.
Okay,
Back on
sweet.
topic.
Speaking of hook us up,
As
speaking
we-
of
as
quick
we're-
change,
Swapping topics a lot anyway. Alex mains Fox.
You do.
he does.
I don't.
All right, next one.
Not easy.
All right.
Done. Why is this all the way down
Um,
here?
I kind of in the shadows switched to Fox after Summer Smash Bash, but then Banjo came out, so it didn't really have time to become a thing.
It was quite
Only-
literally. I did bad because Palu. I'm gonna pick up Fox, and then not even like a month later, it was like, oh, Banjo.
Yeah.
It was weird because like only people that really like were even aware of it were like me and Alex. Because,
I knew a little bit about it.
Well, but like
Well, I was
You
talking
were-
about it after the tournament.
Yeah, that I
yeah,
didn't
you
know.
weren't there when it happened
No.
because like we went to Summer Smash Bash. Alex
I was
came
talking
to my
about
house.
it at the tournament too.
Mm.
Oh, were
Yeah.
you?
My Fox, and then I went to your house afterward, Jake, and we just grinded matches.
Yeah.
I
We
played Fox.
grinded Mario Fox for like the longest time. He was like, "Yo, I'm a Fox main."
Yo.
Banjo came out, so like
Chillin'.
it didn't ever happen.
I can never go back to Fox now, though. That character does not feel right to me.
That character's hard.
Yeah.
But now, we're finally here. We've reached the bottom of the iceberg. The most
Oh.
obscure of the obscure. Like, if you get any of these, you will have I will be very surprised. So, Alex, go ahead and take us away with number 1.
Wait, hold on.
So I'll take us away with. Actually, we'll talk about one we've already touched on a little bit.
Actually, you guys can handle this one. I will be right back.
All right. So we'll talk about not the first one, but the next one, which is Wyatt breaks his hands for the front seat. So we touched on this a little bit. We touched upon briefly.
For the front seat, my thoughts. I was thinking car at first. I thought like you slammed your hands in a car door.
No,
but
God, no.
probably not.
I would. But it does have something to do with the front seat of a car.
And Wyatt breaking his hands for it.
Mm-hmm.
You say you touched on it before, so now I'm thinking like back when you played Terry. But how does that have to do with the car?
So
Did you have like a thing where like if you place second at this tournament, you get the front seat of a car?
This came up at another Ann Arbor weekly, and me and Ben were both there, and I had the front seat on the way there. But Ben, for some reason, demanded that he get the front seat on the way back. And I said, okay, let's play for it. And we played best 3. And I lost game 1. I forget who I went, but I lost game 1. I think I went like Lucina maybe, and lost game 1. And I thought about it long and hard. And I hovered Terry, and everyone who was there went, dude, you don't have to do this. Just give him the front seat. And I quite literally, if I'm looking right here, I looked and I went, I have to do this. And I locked Terry, and I did it, and I won the set 2-1. And I finished playing, and I was like, GG's, bud. And then, like, wrapped my controller up and went and sat down in the front seat, and, like, my hands hurt, and I was like, oh. And they're like, everyone was like, you didn't have to do that. And I was like, I needed to assert my dominance and get the front seat.
This one was like probably the first one that I had literally zero clue about, because I wasn't there for it.
Yeah, I forgot Jake wasn't here.
So you were like, "Oh, why I broke my hands for the front seat." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, Wyatt basically risked his own health so that he could get the front seat on the way home.
But I got the dub.
You got the dub.
And I'm still here.
That's all that matters.
And I'm still here. I'm still grinding.
Tell a story.
So
it all worked out.
All right.
Am I hallucinating? Did Alex change his glasses?
I didn't change them.
All right. I don't.
You're hallucinating.
No, it kind of looks like he did.
They look blue
Maybe
now.
It's slightly different lighting. No, they've always been blue.
Oh.
What?
Well.
I'm chirping.
Anyways, well now Jake's putting on his glasses to feel included.
These are my sisters.
Oh.
Where are my
he's putting on his sister's glasses to feel included.
These are blue light glasses.
Oh, I need a pair.
Yeah, these are what blue light. These are what I'm wearing.
These are not blue light glasses. My retinas are burning.
We out here.
Let's go.
Oh my, guys, we all have glasses.
Now we all have
glasses. Glasses gang.
To show that we have higher IQs than the rest of SFSU.
That's why I play Rob.
Take the glasses off.
I'm taking mine off just because I feel disrespected.
Dang. Speaking of disrespect, bad sportsmanship.
Oh, good segue.
I like the glasses push, Anthony. I caught that
Wait,
at the corner of my eye.
what have you guys talked about so far?
Just me breaking my hands. That's it.
Okay.
We haven't hit the last 2 yet, which are the best 2.
Bad sportsmanship.
Bad sportsmanship.
I think.
And I don't
this
remember
one,
everything about this one, so.
You were a part of it.
Oh, okay, I know what it is now.
So here, let me.
Let's lay the scene.
Vague. Let me explain a little bit, okay? This is the first showing of bad sportsmanship
Yep.
at an SFSU event.
This was.
And it involves Wyatt and another long-term member, SFSU.
That we've talked about already a little bit. In the same context.
Somebody you're a big fan of.
It's probably Hank then.
It is indeed Hank.
Wait, no, it's
No.
not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
not Hank. I'm thinking of something else. It's not Hank. I'm sorry.
This is how obscure this is.
That's how
That
obscure
Wyatt
this
was
is.
involved, and even Wyatt doesn't know what we're
I
talking
remember
about.
now,
You
but
said I'm a fan of?
you're a fan of this individual.
You're like, this guy's a good guy. I like this guy.
You like this guy.
It's either Mason or Gabe. You said Gabe played back in
No.
2019.
No.
No.
We'll give you one. We'll give you one more. One more, and then we'll get into it.
I hate everyone else. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Alright.
God.
So run it back to
Wow.
run it back to VG Boy Saga, 2019, winners quarters, me versus Ryan.
Oh, Ryan. I feel
Ryan goes
It
up-
happened in this very room that I'm sitting in.
It did happen.
Yes.
And Ryan goes
on
up
that
1-0.
very couch.
Nest Terry. Ryan goes up 1-0. I switch to Mario. And I come back and I win the set. Like last
Right.
stock, last hit, game 3. Win the set. I pop off because who wouldn't? And I get up and I go to fist bump Ryan. And Ryan goes, I forget exactly. So he's like, I don't fist bump bad sports or something like that. Or said something along those like
He-
walked away.
He was
Like no fist bump. Like
he literally was like, nah, man, like that's not cool. Like,
yeah.
blah, 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 whatever. And he walked up without a fist bump.
And I was like,
It was so weird because it was like one of the only sets ever, like one of the only actual tournament sets played in like that room that Alex is in.
mm-hmm.
So like only like a couple people were there to see it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on stream.
Nothing.
It was like some random off stream match.
It was like 3 people
And-
were watching, 4 people.
And Ryan was just like, nah, man, like, he popped off. Like, that's not cool. They just, like, they didn't fist bump. I
He
was
came
like, oh,
back.
he won. He popped
I'll
off.
say he came back and gave me one a little later, but at the initial after set was no fist bump. It was me waiting here. He left me hanging right here, and I got nothing for a minute.
But hey, good guy Ryan came
Good guy
back.
Ryan came back.
And you earned that pop off.
I did. I clutched up.
You earned it.
I clutched up. Some nasty.
Nasty.
What else is nasty?
Okay.
Ridley. Wait,
Hi, Mom.
Ridley or Allen?
Good night.
The entirety of Red
You're
Cord.
welcome. Adios. Sleep good.
Thanks, I will.
Wyatt, when you said nasty, which of the two were you talking about?
Alan getting sprayed.
Oh, okay.
And then because
This
I
one-
want to save the last one because I love
Okay.
that story. So
What is Allen gets sprayed? I don't even know. Anthony, do you have an idea?
it doesn't
sprayed
have
him in a
anything
few
to do with
veins.
animals. No animals were involved.
Only
So
Allen.
it's not spade. It's
and it's nothing to do with the game itself.
okay. So he got pepper spray for sexual harassment.
Jesus.
Maybe
no.
As much as I could see that being the answer, nothing against Alan, but as much as I could see that being the answer,
Alan listens to the podcast.
Uh,
Don't say you're.
sorry,
Dude,
Alan.
I don't know. I
have
don't know
to.
who Alan is.
Alan's the guy you played around on at Friday Night Fights, the Ganon.
Oh.
That's Alan. So Alan,
Oh, I apologize.
hey, it's okay.
Well, kind of.
So Alan, way back at technically the first summit, I believe.
it was my first tournament ever.
Yep. So it was technically our first summit, quote unquote
Mhm.
summit, and Alan was there, and the story's a little blurry to me, but from what I remember, Anthony, do you know how when you take a can of compressed air and you turn it upside down, and you spray it, it like freezes basically.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Okay.
So Ryan and Ryan's good friend Hunter, who came out to FNF2, know this and use this information because Alan rolled up. No, it wasn't. So Alan was playing a set. I forget who he was playing against, but he was playing someone. And they took the compressed air mid-set and sprayed the back of his neck with it. Like,
Bro.
bad.
It wasn't like a little. It wasn't like a.
No. It was
like
like, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It was like
It was like it left a
bad.
mark for a while. A while.
for a while. and he was like on the ground, like,
He was on the
gripping
ground.
his neck. I'm like, oh, why
Yeah.
did that happen?
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad.
I think this was SFSU's first case of assault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
much.
all.
Pretty
That's
much.
messed
That's
up,
pretty
dude.
much what it was.
Assault with a deadly weapon, bro. Oh my god.
But yeah. And finally, we can't not talk about it, is our assault on Ridcord.
This
So,
was
this is
something.
my favorite story. Without a doubt. Out of the Iceberg, this is my favorite. So, Anthony, take a crack at this. What do you think this
This
is?
is your final guess,
I
dude.
think of how you guys did it, because you're a pretty small group,
We are.
and I mean, like character discords are typically they're pretty big.
And I will tell
Now
you,
it's
I don't know,
really-
man.
I
Three
will tell
people's
you-
a lot
So-
of people.
it was the three of us. It was me, Jake, Alex, and that's it. It wasn't even like
That's it?
SFSU. It was me, Jake, Alex,
That's
the
it.
three of us. That's it.
What could you guys even done?
And I feel like I
Three
should preface
people.
too. This wasn't like a full-on invasion, but it was like
Yeah.
an
Just-
invasion.
Mild.
We were
Just
sneaking
road.
in.
We're gonna
sneaking
do
in
something funny to one of our bestest friends.
to one of our good friends.
Well, I mean, I
can-
assume Percy's part
Yep.
of that Discord.
Yeah.
So, I got this. So with Ridcord,
Take it away, Wyatt.
with Ridcord, you know immediately. Percy told us there's not a lot of Ridley mates in there. It's a lot of DDD and Bowser's because they secondary Ridley, and but also, they had a lot of game nights, and specifically they played a lot of Splatoon, which Percy loves. And we were playing arenas one night. This was again during the Wi-Fi area. They were playing Splatoon, like a game night. And me, Jake, and Alex were like, we cannot believe that Percy's doing this to us right now. We cannot believe they are playing Splatoon over Smash. So we said, you know what? We're gonna sneak in there. And then we're like, well, we can't just join because Percy will know something's up. So we all, in our profiles, changed our name, like our actual username, not like a nickname, our username. Changed our profile pictures and joined Ridcord. And then that's as far as it got, sadly, because after that, Percy messaged in our Discord, yo, Wyatt, what are you guys doing? Why did you just join Ridcord? And we were like, the jig's up. We can't do it anymore. But like, we all changed our
Damn.
names to something else. I remember I changed my name to Sea Dog's Xbox name. So I joined the Ridcord as Lethal Yak. and we were so close. And we got caught right at the end. And I was so sad. Because I was like, we were right there, dude. But yeah, our invasion of Ridcord went foiled.
So close to greatness.
We were so close to greatness. I don't even think we had a plan for what we were going to do after we got in there. But
Actually, I don't think it was Splatoon. I think they were doing a Jackbox night,
oh, they
Yeah, I think it was
were.
Jackbox.
and we are gonna join the Jackbox game.
That's right.
And I'm pretty sure Percy was like playing with like some of the
The
like,
admins,
some of the creators, yeah, like the
Mhm.
admins.
like the head honchos.
So we were like, okay, they're like a private like
Mhm. Like a
Discord
private
channel
VC.
with like the top people.
Yep.
Like, oh, what the heck?
Uh-oh. But yeah, so that is now the invasion, quote unquote, of Ridcord went. And with
That's
that,
pretty cool.
And that's
that's the Iceberg.
the
iceberg.
iceberg.
And
And-
that's what the Iceberg has right now, at least.
Yeah,
Anthony.
we're
So
Dude, you're now probably the most educated SFSU member
Actual
out of
facts,
anybody
yeah.
in the server.
true.
For my private lessons.
But yeah,
We're on
So,
Metafy, by the way, in case
they-
you are.
Metafy.com/SFSU.
today we learned about
learned a lot.
SFSU's very colorful history,
Very storied past.
important lore points, some funny stories. It was a good time.
Eggs.
We wanted to bring one of our good and relatively new friends with us along for the ride. And hey,
Mhm.
you had some pretty good guesses.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give it up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No,
You
those
did
were
pretty
definitely some
good.
good
I do
guesses.
best. I'm a university. I'm a pre-med. What I
Oh,
do
yeah, of
best
course.
is educated guesses. I don't learn anything. You just gotta make the
Oh.
best assumption.
Sometimes,
Just winging it.
sometimes you get
Just-
that on these big jobs.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's how it is.
that is the iceberg that will continue to
So-
grow.
I guess our next thing, our summit is coming up soon.
True.
You'll see all 4 of us there competing.
Although when you see this episode, it'll have already
It'll
happened.
already have happened.
Yes, this is
So-
going up day after summit.
Yep.
So hopefully we did good.
So congratulations to me for winning Summit 4,
He just actually said that.
beating the
Didn't he?
VG boy for the first time.
He just actually said that, didn't he? Congratulations to
you know what?
Alex for having to watch Leprechaun because Anthony outplaced his seed.
Oh no.
Get some
Yeah.
butter popcorn,
Oh.
get some Mountain Dew, and get ready.
I'm not even in his pool. I can't do anything about it.
Grab a seat. Grab a seat.
And then of course,
Anthony,
Jake wants to see this happen, so Jake's gonna like do a
I
little
was
under the
just gonna
table
say.
handling.
I was like,
Exact-
oh man, first time
exactly.
playing Anthony, he got the better of me.
Yeah, it's all nerves on your part. I can't blame you.
That's
I was like,
understandable.
oh, shake him his
It's a hard matchup. What can we say?
Actually,
Jake
though,
loses
screw
to a
that.
sleep deprived
Please.
Anthony.
Jake lost because Jake didn't have his morning breakfast of eggs.
Well, on that note, guys.
On that note, yeah. So
it
Thank-
was a
thank
it
you.
was a fun episode.
Thank you
Had a good
so
time.
much, Anthony, for joining us as the fourth B blocks. It was a pleasure
Yes,
having you on.
You're the first.
Got you
fourth
anytime.
You are the first fourth B, which makes
First
I
fourth
just thought-
B.
the first fourth
block.
B.
If every guest gets their own beat.
That's
Dude,
the
that
that's the
sounds
plan
so
now.
fucking
Every
funny.
guest has to
Plan.
have their own B.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait for Ryan to come on here, dude. I
Oh,
already got one.
no.
Oh.
All right, we gotta stop now. All right, so
Dude, Ryan's gonna be great.
Ryan's gonna be great. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the continued support. It means a lot to us. We enjoy making this for you. We enjoy putting it out. If you have any, as usual, if you have any ideas for episodes, drop them in the comments. Reach out to us on Discord. If you want to see anybody as a guest, if you want to see Blocks Anthony back ever again, let us know. But yeah, that's it for us. And we will see you next time. So
Next time
See
we
you later,
have
everybody.
take
Leo
care,
as the
everybody.
guest.
Oh yeah.